Okay, now let's start with develop solutions with Azure AI Document Intelligence. The older name of this particular service was Form Recognizer, but now we have a new name with new features which is known as Azure AI Document Intelligence Service. Now let's get started with this. The agenda of this particular module is we are going to first focus on using a pre-built document intelligence models, and there are plenty of models available in that. Once we understand how we can use those pre-built document intelligence models, we are going to see how we can train a custom document intelligence model in case if you need that. So let's start with understanding how to develop a document intelligence solution. In this module, the learning objectives are like this. First, we will understand models in Azure AI Document Intelligence. We will train a custom document intelligence model, and then we will connect our application to Document Intelligence API so that we can write code using that. So what is this document intelligence service and how it works? Well, the first thing is this is actually take a document as an input. So as you can see in this diagram, you are going to provide one document as an input. Once you provide the document as an input, this is going to extract a data from that particular form or document. In real time, there are many cases where organizations has lots of data stored in the physical documents. When you have this kind of a physical copies of your documents, it's really tough to extract information from that. But Document Intelligence Service can help you to do that. This is going to do multiple services on this. You can do document analysis from the general document, which is actually going to read the document content. Basically, internally it's going to use OCR for printed and written text. You can also extract layouts, which is going to have some text and structure associated with that. You can also use general document, which can extract text structure and key value pairs. Now, these are different kind of document analysis models which are available. You have to decide whether you want to go with the read model or layout model or general document model. But let's say you know that what kind of document you are trying to upload or you're trying to provide as an input. Maybe it's going to be some kind of a receipt, or it's an invoice, or maybe it's a contract which is done by your company and the client. Maybe it's a business card of some particular client, or maybe it's an identity of a user, or it's some kind of a text form, mostly with the US based text forms. Then we have so many pre-built models which are available. You can choose one of the pre-built model, and that model is going to help you to extract the exact accurate information from the document which you're uploading. If none of these things are matching with your requirement, you can go for custom models also, where we have multiple options available to train our custom model with our own forms. You can go with template, which is helping you to extract data from static layouts. You can go for a neural, which is helping you to extract data from mixed type of documents where it's not having a specific fixed format and layout. And then you can also go with the custom composed one, which is a collection of multiple models assigned to a single model, which is basically not one single model, but combination of multiple models in one. Which way you have to go for, that depends on what kind of a form you have and what kind of a content you want to extract from that. In order to use this, you can provision Document Intelligence Service as a single service also, or you can get this thing with the multi-service Azure AI Service account. As you can see here, it's showing you some of the pre-built models like receipt, invoice, and business card. Remember, the goal of this model is not to just read the text, but also to understand the meaning of that. For example, if we focus on this first pre-built model, which is for receipts, it's knowing that fourth coffee is the text which we are retrieving from that, but it's also knowing that this is nothing but a merchant name. While focusing on this particular value, which is 1/1/2021, it should understand that this is nothing but the date, while the other one is time. This smartness is coming because of that model training, which is there, which is used inside this. Same way, when you focus on some particular invoice, it's going to know that thing, that which value is indicating quantity, while the which one is indicating the unit. Same way, you have a business card, which is identifying the address, email address, phone number, and some other details associated with those things. How can we use this when we are trying to call the API? Well, ultimately, like all the other Azure AI services, Document Intelligence Service is also driven through the API, where the base endpoint is going to be there, and after that you have to provide document intelligence / document model. And then while dealing with this, you can send the request which is going to be associated with your resource key and endpoint. While dealing with this, you can send your operation location header, your other objects which you want to provide inside that. Most of the time you're going to provide your model layout associated with that. While if you see right now, it's showing you that which model is associated with that in the result. And same way, while sending the data using C# or Python, you're just going to provide that URL and then file URL, and then it's going to give you the association with that particular request. The response which is coming from the API is going to look like this. So as you can see here, response, it broken down by page, lines and words, because while retrieving information from the document, it can have multiple pages, multiple lines, and in each line we can have multiple words. You're going to get an array of pages where you're going to have multiple pages with the specific numbers. It's going to show you the details about that page with how many words which are associated with that. It's going to be a nested kind of a JSON document where you're going to have multiple subset of responses which are going to be included there. Additional data about detected text or selection marks such as bounding box and handwritten style is going to be added inside this when you're going to see the response. Now, in order to understand this document intelligence model properly, we have to try this in the Azure AI Document Studio, and that's exactly what we are going to see in the next exercise. So let's get started with that. Hey guys, sorry for interruption. My name is Maruti and I'm here to make a very important announcement. I hope you are liking our videos and you're doing a continuous learning with us on an Azure Cloud and AI related topics. If you are enjoying this thing, I'm going to announce skilltech.club, which is our upcoming website, which is going to be launched very soon. We are here to tell you one thing, that everyone who is a subscriber of this particular channel will get Azure Cloud and Azure AI related certification courses free of cost in skilltech.club. So you will be a part of the skilltech.club kind of a membership automatically free of cost. And everyone who's a subscriber of this particular channel will get those benefits which are available in that. So what are you waiting for? I request you to please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and families if they are also interested in Azure Cloud and AI learning. That's it from my side. Now you can carry on with your learning. Thank you. Okay, now let's see if we are not happy with the pre-built models, then what kind of a custom models we can create. In order to do this thing, we have custom classification and custom extraction models. These are the two different types of custom models which are available. When you want to do custom classification, you have to apply a label to the entire document. Basically, this is focusing on what kind of document is this. The idea for sorting large number of incoming documents into separate types so that it will be easier for you to differentiate this belongs to which type and which classes. This requires two different classes and a minimum of 5 label documents per class. And this is again one type of training model which you have to use. On the other hand, if you want to do custom extractions, which is basically something like entity extractions, you have to apply label to a specific text inside the document. So this is not going to be a label which is going to attach to a document. This is a label which is going to be associated with some kind of a text inside the document. Now this is ideal for extracting custom labels from documents, and it requires 5 examples of the same document type. There are two different training methods which are available inside this. You can use custom template model. You can also use custom neural model. Basically, we mostly start with custom template model first because this is going to take minimum training time, which can be 1 to 5 minutes maximum. And this is perfect for document structures which are like forms, templates, or some other structured documents. Suppose if you have some totally unstructured or structured documents which are complex, then you can go for the custom neural document template, and that is going to take a minimum 20 to 60 minutes of time when you train that custom model. This is a screenshot which is showing you how you can use training a custom model. This is showing you that in the right side section you have a documents which are, I think, 5 different forms are uploaded inside that. And it's showing you the steps which you have to perform in order to use this custom model training. So obviously first you're going to create a project and you're going to upload your training files into that. Like it is visible, we have uploaded 5 different forms. Then you have to add data types such as field, signature, or some other labeling of your data set. When you do this thing, this is something which is a field which is associated with that particular document, and it's something which is a custom field extraction which is visible in the screenshot. So this is not a classification screenshot, this is an extraction screenshot, and that's why you can add multiple fields and you can add multiple labels with that. You have to select a word in the document, you can assign one of the fields into that label, and you have to repeat this thing for all the documents and for all the labels which you want to associate with that. Once you're ready, you can train the model. You can provide a unique model ID which is used in the API request in order to use your own custom model with that. There is one thing which you have to take care very carefully is accuracy and confidence score. Now, whenever you're going to train your model, after a training, a custom model is going to show you an estimated accuracy score. This score is calculated by running combinations of training data predictions against the label values. If you have an accuracy which is higher than 99% kind of an accuracy, that is something which is perfect. Because of that, you're going to get the confidence score also. The confidence score is the same as using pre-built models, which is indicating how accurate the model thinks the specific prediction is. Now, confidence scores are provided in the responses from the model for each predicted labels. Now, sometimes low confidence score is not a very good thing, especially when you are using forms which are associated with some kind of a healthcare domain where you have a patient information and you're trying to recognize values associated with that. In this kind of domains and in this kind of forms, it is highly recommended that you're going with confidence score which is 99% or higher, and that is where you can make sure that it's going to be more accurate compared to the normal training. So you have to provide more data, you have to make sure that you are getting a proper accuracy and higher confidence score. Now, how we can analyze document using custom model is as simple like dealing with a pre-built model. You require an endpoint and the key from the deployed sources, exactly same like pre-built. You need to also include the ID of your deployed custom model, and then that unique ID is going to be telling that request that this is a model which we are going to use. You have to query the poller received from the extracted values, and how we are going to do this thing in C# and Python is visible at the right side of the slide. But in order to understand this properly, we have one lab which we have to execute with this. So we are going to train a custom model in Document Intelligence Studio, and then we are also going to test that custom Document Intelligence model so that we can check whether it's working fine or not.